Alright, so we have the Survivor Series, which is the last WWE pay-per-view / network special / Peacock show, whatever they want to call it, of the year. And I guess it was functionally a clean sweep for Raw, except for the main event, which was weird. Well, I know that technically SmackDown won the kickoff show by DQ, but that doesn't count. It's the kickoff show. So, I know they had issues because they had to do, Saudi Arabia shows, so they couldn't really build to this. The build to Big E versus Roman Reigns worked probably pretty well. I mean, they did it over a really short term, but they've got enough. There's enough between the Usos and the New Day that it makes sense. Plus, you can also build a little bit on the Shield and the New Day. So there's enough history to make that kind of work. Women's match, again, history to make it work. Finish for that was, it worked well because it kept them both looking strong, and it allowed Becky to be like, hey, I beat Charlotte at her own game. I'm cool with that. See a lot of beard, it's no shave November. Yeah, they continued some character beats, which, I enjoyed. Seeing Carmel have a problem with the mask, leading to her being eliminated. Kevin Owens being like, I'm the scum of the earth, fine, I'm going to walk out on this match. Also worked well, too. But, man, that women's 5-on-5 was clunky. They earned their CM Punk chance. Having Toni Storm be the first one on SmackDown to be eliminated just felt weird. If you're trying to build her up to take on Charlotte Flair, and, like a revenge match for Charlotte, have her be like the second or third person to get eliminated. Yes, Natalya is currently the woman with like the most career wins or most career matches. She's established enough that she can get beat and it'll be okay. I thought they did too many countouts. The egg thing. The advantage with that is I have the version of Peacock with ads. So if you're watching an event like this with the Peacock ads, they will occasionally throw in ads, like, oh, a match is done. Okay, we're going to throw in an ad, so then you might skip the promo package, or you might skip entrances, which 90% of the time I'm totally cool with. Like, I would skip it anyways. So I just watch a bit of a commercial. Main event had a nice build to it, but that was a flat ending. I'm going to go for my finisher. Nope. I wiggle out the back. I kick you in the back of the knee, and then I hit a single rope bounce spear. Had the double rope bounce, have him go this way, then that way, then nail Big E. It would have worked. I thought they made Big E look good. Took a lot of Superman punches. Took a lot of big heavy shots. So but I think this summed up the E in 2021 fantastically. There's good character moments, some matches that were going well but had really weird finishes, and some just bizarre booking. And a lot of people came out looking pretty bad. Not to mention Survivor Series is also coming off the heels of releasing a significant amount of talent. But, the ones that are good will land on their feet, and they'll use the E as a way to get themselves on mainstream television, increase their stock in the indie scene for a little bit, and take it from there. But I was thinking for Survivor Series, if they want to still do brand versus brand, this should be an incredibly easy month from a creative standpoint. First, here's how you build your teams. Either you do we're just going to do former world champions. Fine. It's easy to do. There were more matches related to losing your spot on a team than gaining your spot. Here's what you can do. If you're going to do 5-on-5, really simple. You do 4 matches. No idea what that is. Oh, that's Coyote Road. So you do 4 matches. Winner goes on. You then do a 5th match where the 4 losers have a fatal 4-way. Boom. Guess what? I now just booked 5 matches for the men's side, 5 matches for the women's side. Cool. That means over 2 shows, I've given you 10 matches. That all makes sense. But then you think, okay, well then what did they win? The survivors get the last numbers in the Royal Rumble. So I mean, Seth Rollins, since he won the men's Survivor Series, he was a sole survivor, he's number 30. Oh, but it ruined some of the pieces for, number 30. Could be surprise entrance. Fine. But if you have 29 other spots to work with, it's perfectly fine. What do you do with the main belts? Well, if Mania's going to be a 2-night event, if you're the women's champ and you win your match, you get to go. You're the main event for night 1. Winner of the men's match, that brand is the main event for night 2. Okay, cool. What do you do with the mid-card title? Really simple. The winner of that becomes the number 1 contender and will face their brand's champion at the Royal Rumble. Or if they do a December event. What about the tag belt? The E doesn't care much about the tag belt, and they've got a decent division if they can figure out what to do with it. All wrestling fans really want is, why do I care for the wrestler? Why do I care for the match? Give me a good match. Sometimes we're good with 1 out of 3. What's the build-up? Build-up kind of sucks. Like the wrestlers, they're okay. How was the match? Match was banger. It was awesome. Loved it. Sometimes that works. Other times you might legitimately want, how was the match? The match was okay, but invested in the characters and storyline. When you get all 3, that's when you have the magic happen. The E has been doing a lackluster job when it's coming to 1, building up characters, and 2, building up matches. It seems to be that they're really, really leaning on Becky and Charlotte. Okay, we go back to their time in NXT, all the way up to where they are now. Cool. So this is a match that we can build on because of 7-8 years of archival footage. So invested in the characters, invested in the story, and the match is good. Cool. Big E Roman. Like I mentioned earlier, you've got the Usos versus the New Day, the Shield versus the New Day. You got 2 top dogs. They added, just the right amount of seasoning to that by having the bloodline just flat out, wreck the New Day. Because they're working a storyline in it, the reason why RK Bro got the victory, which awesome. Loved seeing the splash with the RKO, and then they showed the other angle of it, the one where we're not going to ruin the surprise, and they show just trying to do the jump, and there's Randy Orton. I'm like, that's perfect. They did a great shot when they did the camera work for the first bit, where they just show him eating an RKO in midair, and then they showed the other camera angle, it's a little bit farther back, and they show Orton getting into the ring just as he's leaving the top rope. Brilliant. But I mean, it was an odd way to end the year. It felt like just having Roman just get the victory and then nothing else happening after that, especially with the mid-show tease of larger suspension is off. Cool. Rumble's in St. Louis. I'm going to be at the Rumble. The buddy of mine. Cool. If we get to see Lesnar and Roman, I'm cool with that. Again, there's nothing built in the storyline because you don't need to build up Brock Lesnar. You don't need to build up Roman Reigns. And the story is there with Paul Heyman. And they'll put on a solid match. That could be long-term storytelling. But I mean, at least they were fans. They were hot for some stuff. The stuff they weren't hot for, you got to put that on the E for not developing a strong enough in-ring product and getting the high level of investment by the fan base to make them not tune out and chant for an opposing company.